You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Hey, big news on Capitol Hill today. Finally, Kristen Clarke was confirmed today. The first African-American woman confirmed to run the Justice Department Civil Rights Division. It was a 51-48 vote. It was contentious. Of course, Republicans doing all they can to stop her and, of course, Vanita Gupta from being confirmed. Both of them confirmed Kristen Clarke, formerly head of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under law. She now goes to run the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. Joining us right now is Melanie Campbell, Black Women's Roundtable National Coalition on Black Civic Participation. Melanie, finally, it was a long, hard fight. They tried to keep her from getting the job, but folks persevered, and Kristen Clarke makes history at DOJ.
Yes, indeed, with a 51-48 vote margin, with one Republican, Susan Collins from the state of Maine. So we have to ask ourselves, what are the white boys doing over there on the Republican side when it comes to black women? But we're not going to take away from the fact that Kristen Clarke was confirmed and she will be running that Civil Rights Division. She made history today. So we're really excited about that and ready to get, she's ready on day one. That's the other part of it. And for it to happen today, the day of George Floyd's, this commemoration moment of his losing his life, she'll be dealing with issues around police reform, criminal justice reform, voting rights, hate crimes, and many of these kinds of issues of injustice. She'll be right in there dealing with all kinds of things, dealing with equity and opportunity and justice. So we're excited about that. America is in a much better place. Civil Rights Division.
And it's important, Mel. You mentioned Susan Collins, a senator from Maine, voting for Kristen Clarke. I want every black person who's watching, Ron Johnson, Senator, Wisconsin, up for re-election next year, not voting for her. You have, of course, the senator in North Carolina, Burr, not running for re-election, did not vote for her. Toomey, not running for re-election, Pennsylvania, didn't vote for her. Rubio in Florida, who is running next year, did not vote for her. Don't forget that when it's voting time.
That's right. And we were paying attention to that today. I was on the highway, but still paying attention. And that's what elections are all about. But it really, and Tim Scott, I was disappointed in, quite frankly, from South Carolina, did not step up and join in voting for a sister who is exceptionally qualified for that position.
Well, to your point, he's up for re-election next year as well. Again, explain to people who don't know why that position, head of the Civil Rights Division, is so important.
I want to read point blank, what is the Civil Rights Division do? I'm glad you asked that question. If you don't mind, I want to read this. What does the Civil Rights Division do? It enforces federal statutes prohibiting discrimination on the basis of race, color, sex, including pregnancy, sexual orientation and gender identity, disability, religion, familial status, national origin, and citizenship status, right? She also will be dealing with, as I stated earlier, issues around civil rights, voting rights, women's rights, LGBTQ rights, dealing with issues around hate crimes. So she has a large portfolio. I think I said, I hope I didn't miss to say police reform and sentencing reform. So all these things that have a major impact on Black and brown communities. This sister, who has dedicated her life to issues around justice, understands the law and has a lived experience that she brings to this position. And I'm just excited for her to be able to continue to serve the people. Because at the end of the day, it's about service, public service. And They found it not robbery to put her in that position. With her colleagues, I think we're seeing justice coming back to the Justice Department because we didn't have it for 4 years, at least 4 years, for those 4 years.
Absolutely. Melanie Campbell, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And we also thank you and the coalition for being up.
Can I shout out to all the Black women and many others who really, Dr. Janetta Cole, who partnered with us, and all of the sisters, Joteka Edie, all of the heads of sororities and links and so many other organizations, and all of our civil rights organizations, Damon Hewitt, so many folks, Black press, everybody chipped in to really help get her across the finish line. So I want to thank everybody who if I missed your name, it wasn't on purpose. LDF Leadership Conference and so many others that came together to help push this through.
Absolutely, and as I said, we certainly also want to thank you and the coalition for being partners with us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered. We certainly appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to go back to my panel real quick here. Ben, again, I don't want people to really overlook why this matters. I love all these fools, Ben, who send me tweets. Man, you sit here, sold Black people out supporting Biden. This is real simple.
Yeah.
It was going to be a Trump Department of Justice or a Biden Department of Justice. This is real simple. Here's what we already know. A Biden Department of Justice has already announced investigations of patterns and practices of the Minneapolis and Louisville Police Department. But everybody who's watching me, I'm trying to let y'all understand, I can guarantee you that Kristen Clarke running the Civil Rights Division under President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris is infinitely 100,000% better than anybody who Donald Trump would have had running the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice.
I mean, you could tell by his, you could tell by Jeff Sessions, the first pick. You could tell by William Barr. You could tell by all the things that Donald Trump stood for. But Roland, I think what you're speaking to is this intentional obtuseness that we get from a lot of people who observe politics, but don't get engaged enough to understand that sometimes you're going to have to make a vote that's a lesser of two evils. And in this case, you can see very clearly that this is not even just a lesser of two evils. This is a most affirmatively a good thing. And so we're dealing with people who like politics of simplicity and the politics of talking points and the idea that they're too woke to participate. And that's the kind of simple reduction that goes on with people who make those type of comments that you get. I get them all the time about, oh, you voted for Joe Biden. Yeah, you're damn right I voted for Joe Biden. The alternative was Donald Trump. What's wrong with these people?
You know, the thing, again, Georgia, I can tell you, we will have a far more responsive Civil Rights Division, Department of Justice under Kristen Clarke than anybody who would have been in Donald Trump's Department of Justice.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And I think historically speaking, when you look at the track record of Black women in leadership, oftentimes that is when we see the most change. And so I am excited to see how they transform not just the way that we've been looking at civil rights, but the way that we're prioritizing issues that affect Black communities the most. And hearing, about pregnancy and women's issues, LGBTQ, so many things that I think often get left out of the spectrum of civil rights, injecting that into the priorities. I'm very excited to see how this shifts what is happening across our country. And we know that the more people of color that we get into positions of leadership, for the most part, generally speaking, that it's going to produce change in our favor. So I am excited for her. And I think it's also important for young women to see people like Kristen in that position, because it gives Black girls something to aspire to outside of maybe the traditional professions. And so I'm excited. I'm truly elated And want to send a huge congratulations to her and her team, because I know it was not an easy feat.
Hold on. Do you want to speak, Teresa? You speak on this, Teresa?
Absolutely. I have to speak on it. So, yeah, Kristen Clarke, I think, I agree with my fellow colleagues and panelists about Kristen Clarke's appointment. And I just wanted to add on to say the Civil Rights Division is seeing exactly what Kristen Clarke is all about on day one. And that's exactly what we need in this country, is a proactive Civil Rights Division that are putting people first. She's going in without an agenda, but she's going in knowing the law and making history in the same time. And she looks good doing it. So I wish her well. And I pray that, we still have the support that she needs while in that position to really uphold, what really criminal justice reform looks like in America.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have, you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.